Our next speaker is Rory Macneil, and his talk is titled "Planned Integration Between RSpace and iRODS."
Thank you, and hi everyone. So what you see here is a graphic depicting RSpace and the ecosystem it supports. And the reason that I wanted to talk about it is that in fact that we are planning to do integration with iRODS. And in case anyone's interested, we'd love to get some people to test it out. So what is RSpace? RSpace is, several people have asked me the last couple of days, it's an electronic lab notebook. What's that? Well, it's a digital notebook. It's a SharePoint or Google Docs for scientists. It's a full operating system. It's all things to all people. But RSpace, what makes RSpace it's basically three components. One is the classic electronic lab notebook. It's got a fully featured, very modern sample management system, which is deeply integrated with the electronic lab notebook, allowing association of sample data and metadata with experimental data. And it's got a full set of REST APIs, allowing integrations and extensions with other tools. So what makes RSpace distinctive, in addition to combining these three components, is the connectivity with other data sources, because we understand that if people are using a digital notebook, they don't just want to use it in isolation, very much enhanced with in line with the theme of what we've been talking about the last couple of days. They want to use it in conjunction with other tools that they're using. So RSpace is not intended as a data storage facility, far from it. It does have a file store and you can selectively bring in files, but our assumption is that people will continue to use the other data storage facilities that they're using to manage things like their big data. So their imaging data, their sequencing data is going to be out on some kind of institutional store probably. However, people might well want to associate particular pieces of data, particular data sets with particular experimental write-ups that they're doing in RSpace. So it's possible to do that through RSpace's linking facility. We also link with all the other things you'd expect, like Box and Dropbox and Google Drive. We also link down in the bottom there with some more specialist things. So for example, animal colony management systems. PIRAT is one which is heavily used in Germany. Cluster Market, which is an equipment management system. So you can also associate your experimental data with these other kinds of relevant data that you're doing in your experiment. And we're doing an interesting one now with an open source product coming out of Australia, which is a field data acquisition notebook to enhance online interactivity, and also Protocols.io, which is a very commonly used open source protocol sharing tool. So those are kind of many things you can do at the researcher level, if you will. We've also got kind of, if you will, a research data management wrap on top or overlay. So we've also done integrations with online data management plans. So you can bring your data management plan into RSpace, associate it with the data sets in that project, export, and then the other wrap we've got there is with open source, open repositories like Dataverse, Figshare. We're working on Dryad and Zenodo. So you can then deposit you can deposit everything. You can deposit the experimental data, the sample data. Time's up?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And if anyone's interested, please come and talk. Thank you.
Great.